Hey, what's up everybody? It's SMOOVE. Welcome back to another episode. In this episode, we're going to be talking about your gear essentials. So DJs, please pay attention.
DJ SMOOVE.
Alright guys, when it comes to the gear, super important. Obviously, we are the walking musicians. We have to make sure we have all of our gear correct. We have to make sure we have all of our sound sounding good. There's a lot of factors that go into just being a DJ. You're not just turning the tables or mixing songs. We are literally the walking act, and people count on us. Trust me. So yeah, today I just want to talk about a few important gear essentials that you will need as you're growing your DJ brand, your DJ business, your DJ career, whatever you are at in your DJ life. Hopefully this video helps you out there. One of the first things I wanted to talk about is having a table. I have that set up right here. Super important. You can find these Lowe's, Home Depot, wherever your furniture stores are at, or hardware stores. You're definitely going to need a table. This one is foldable, or at least the legs are, so it breaks down, easy to fit in the car. You're definitely going to want a table. I recommend 4 feet, 6 feet. Those are typically standard, and you're able to fit your controller, your soundboard, whatever you're working with there. You're able to fit most of your gear all on a 4-foot or a 6-foot table. If you don't have those things and you're still getting booked for gigs, you must be doing a great job communicating with the venue and just letting them know, hey, can you guys provide a table for me? Unfortunately, I just don't have that. And most cases, I've even been able to do that, and the venue has been able to take good care of me without me having to bring my own gear. So super helpful, super nice to make sure you have a table. Of course, we need our controller here. For this example, I'm using the SX2. This was one of my first controllers actually, so it's still my baby. And yeah, I wanted to use this for an example because they have different plugins, which brings me to my next thing is the cables. You want to make sure you're bringing the right cables for your function. If you have multiple setups, it can easily get confusing to bring gear for one particular setup and not have the right gear for the other setup. I'm sure it's happened to some of you DJs out there. As we're growing, we just added more to our catalog. We just have more on our shelves, and it's the note-taking, inventory checks. Those are all important because you can easily get confused. Easily. This happened to me, and I don't like it happening to me, which is why I strive for it not to happen to me. We want to talk about mixers, of course. I have this one right here, the Harbinger. I got this guy less than a year ago actually, and it's probably been one of my best purchases, I could say, because it helped me become a professional rather than just a your normal DJ that you see on the street. I come here, I'm able to do my sound checks, I'm able to just bring a different level tier. When people are even talking on a microphone, everything just sounds different. So I definitely recommend having a mixer. Again, this is the Harbinger that you guys can see there, the LV12, one of my favorite guys there. I would say wireless mics is definitely something you want to create a budget for. Super important. I run 2 mics currently. I have a wired mic and I also have a wireless mic. This is the box for the wireless mic, basically your signal reader. I try to keep my things clean, which is why the paper is still on there. But yeah, one wireless mic there, super important for your weddings, corporate events as well too. And sometimes birthday parties, but I would say corporate and weddings are your 2 most important gigs to have wireless mics for. So super important. We went into our cables a bit. We'll go into them a little bit more. This is just something very handy to have. This is a 1, 2, 6, 7, 6-prong outlet here. I usually carry 2 of these guys with me to my gigs. Both of them are usually going underneath my table. So yeah, I put them underneath there so I can plug in my DJ controller, or any of the additional accessories that may need plug-in, like chargers, computer charger, your DJ power cables, things like that. So you want to have, I would say, 2 of those bricks, the 6-prong outlets. We talked about this in the last video here, but your XLR cables are definitely one of your most important cables to have as a DJ, or any musician, as you probably know. This is going to go into your speakers, which I want to talk about next. These are going to go into the back of your mixer. So right here, it's going to plug in there. So it definitely has a multi-use function, but it's a very important function because without these, you're not playing no music, for real. Well, I wanted to give you guys kind of a quick understanding of what is a budget-friendly setup versus like a pro setup. And I definitely started up on the budget-friendly setup, of course. Most people do, and that's completely fine. But it's the way you finesse it that makes you stand out more against your competition. And I think that's important. So one of the things, like I mentioned there, one of my first microphones was a wired mic. That's definitely a budget-friendly setup. Having a wired mic going to the back of my mixer, usually plugs in right there. I would say maybe not having a table cover is a budget-friendly setup. If you can afford a table cover, I highly recommend getting it. It will definitely change the look of your setup here. I have a black table cover that I use for this sometimes. I recently just got a facade and that up-leveled my stage presence. So I no longer really use my black sleeve to cover the table with that tablecloth. I'm using my facade to just give that overall elegance presence. And I bought the facade less than 6 months ago. I thought the mixer was my best purchase. I think the facade might be up there as well too. Just a complete game changer. It looks so great. So yeah, with that, I got these speakers up here. You don't really need those. This is more so for my practice studio setup here. So you won't have your speakers up here unless you're running a booth monitor speaker there. But as far as your speakers go, you definitely want to have at least a 12-inch. I would say that is professional standard. Or if you're gonna be a DJ, get you at least a 12-inch speaker. So that's what these guys are too. I run B52s. I have two of these 12-inch speakers along with the 18-inch subwoofer that I run for that setup there. And then I will also recommend, if you don't want to go with a 12-inch, if you know you're doing or working large rooms, we have the 15-inch Harbinger speaker there, and I usually run just two of these alone. They're built in loudspeakers. They have the bass built into them as well. They sound great. They thump. They're easy. I won't say light, but they're lighter on your back in comparison to the other setup that I use with the 12-inch speakers. So yeah, a 12-inch speaker or a 15-inch speaker is something that I would definitely recommend as you're a growing DJ. We talked a little bit about our microphone. Just wanted to show you guys a quick example of what that is, and that is this guy right here. Yeah, it's so easy to talk into. When people are usually giving presentations or they're giving a speech, most people don't really stand like this with a pole stand. It's usually them with their hands in their pocket, just helping them feel comfortable and adapting to the room, because not everybody is a public speaker. So being able to move around, flex a little bit, just like whatever you're comfortable with, a wireless mic is definitely super helpful. Wired mic, I've seen people get tangled. I've seen people moving it around, adjusting on their feet. I look like I'm dancing over here. But yeah, a wireless mic, clean, simple, straight to the point. And then you want to make sure you have your mixer as well too. And this is going to connect to your wireless mic. So while we're on this topic right now, a lot of the reason you're getting probably feedback on your microphones is because you don't have a mixer. If you're going your microphone to the back of your DJ controller, you're probably hearing a lot of or like some type of feedback when someone's speaking. And if it doesn't happen, you're probably not doing enough gigs yet for it to happen, but it will happen. Which is why the professional setup way is to have that wireless mic box hooked into one of these 4 channels right here, and you have full access to control the range and make sure that your output is sounding great. And it also eliminates that feedback as well too, if you are handling your volumes correctly on this side. Haven't had any problems with it thus far. To add to that, I would say that definitely get yourself some type of brand recognition, some type of call to action. I had got this made for myself here. This has my logo on there, has a barcode scanner. And I usually just prop that up right in front of my table on my gigs, so that when people see me DJing behind the booth, they, instead of coming up to me and saying, hey, do you have a business card? I get asked that. But sometimes we're not able to talk. When we're working, and we're locked in. And words sometimes can be short, and they don't come across maybe to the person like, oh, he wants to help me, but he's being mean to me. But it's no, we're working. Give me an opportunity to talk to you when I'm done here, and we can have more of a conversation. To eliminate that whole process, I just recommend getting something like this. Has the barcode there. They don't even have to come up to you. There's pictures taken all night long. I'm pretty sure your brand will be in one of those photos. And that's exactly what you want as a growing DJ, to be exposed as much as possible. So I wanted to give you guys a quick quick setup here. Using my professional setup. So we'll go with our facade option here. And in this video, I'm using my white facade that I got. And it's just pretty cool. So you see the setup currently. Got that flipped around. Let's go ahead and reverse that. And that is as simple as that. You literally take it out the bag, you unveil it, unfold it, and you put it in front of your table. And just like that, like I never had this down here before. I should look good. I might have to keep that. But that's what I'm talking about. The power of standing out, the power of cleanliness, the power of, oh, he's different than the other person. And things like this is what exactly stands out amongst your customers. So wanted to show you guys that real quick there. My biggest take from getting gear and where I'm at right now is just not overspending, being smart. I'm growing. I'm not there yet, but I'm growing. And as I'm growing, I want to make sure I'm adding the correct pieces to my catalog so that it can grow with me. I don't want to just buy random stuff and just hoping that it's going to fly off the shelf and people are going to love it. No, I'm actually understanding what's out there in the market. What are my customers talking about? What do I see at clubs? What do I see at events? What do I see from other DJs that's doing it online, offline, in person, and just taking notes. I want to make sure I'm communicating these things with my customers. When we have phone call conversations, like, hey, like, what do you think is going to be best in this type of environment? What kind of crowd are we dealing with here? And that usually helps me out. We didn't get much into lights today, which is fine. We could talk about that in the future. But I have lights as well too that I like to bring to my gigs, and those definitely make a huge appearance as well too. So as you can see, I mean, there's a lot of things that you can add to your catalog to just help you become the person that you're wanting to become. And you don't have to overspend to do that. Just be smart, invest smart, and don't overspend. Besides that, guys, I hope this video really helps you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a message, leave a question in the comments. If you want to DM me something, I'm here to help. I go by SMOOVE. I even wore it on my jacket here just so you guys don't misspell it. But yeah, let me know if you guys have anything I can help out with. Until the meantime, we'll catch you on the next video. Like I always say, peace.